Chris Martin, the lead singer of Coldplay, has shared an intimate and candid reflection on a difficult period of his adolescence, admitting that he was very homophobic while trying to make sense of his own sexuality. Speaking in a detailed Rolling Stone interview, Martin recounted how his upbringing, school environment, and personal insecurities combined to create fear, confusion, and shame as he navigated his teenage years. Martin grew up in a religious household where traditional views on sexuality were strongly emphasized. From an early age, he internalized the belief that being gay was wrong or sinful, a mindset that would weigh heavily on him as he began to experience feelings and behaviors that didn't fit neatly into those teachings. He explained, "When I was around 14 or 15, I started to notice myself and others in ways I didn't fully understand. I was very homophobic because I was scared. I thought, if I'm gay, I'm completely D for eternity." That fear came from everything I'd been told growing up, and it terrified me. Adding to the pressure, Martin attended an all-boys boarding school, an environment that, in his words, could be relentlessly harsh when it came to differences. He recalled how classmates would notice the way he walked or talked and would tease him aggressively, accusing him of being gay. "I walked a bit funny, I bounced a bit, and people noticed. They would say, 'You're definitely gay,' and I didn't know how to respond," he said. "I panicked because I had been taught that being gay was wrong. It was all fear, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of being different." For a time, these feelings left Martin trapped in an exhausting cycle of shame and self-criticism. He admits now that he didn't actually hate gay people. Rather, he feared the possibility that he himself might be. "It wasn't hatred. It was terror," he explained. "I was projecting my own insecurities, my own confusion, and it made me defensive. I judged myself before I could even understand who I was." The turning point came when Martin was about 15 and a half years old. "One day it just stopped," he recalled. "I suddenly realized, so, what if I'm gay? Who cares?" That fear that had been gnawing at me for so long just vanished. I stopped worrying about it. It was like a switch had flipped overnight. This newfound sense of acceptance allowed him to approach life with a more open and compassionate perspective, both toward himself and others. Over the years, exposure to diverse perspectives and relationships further helped Martin shed the lingering prejudices of his youth. He pointed out that many of his musical idols and closest friends are gay, and observing their lives taught him that sexuality does not define a person's worth or success. "Seeing the people I admire living fully and openly made me realize that there is nothing to fear," he said. "It's not about labels or expectations. It's about living honestly and authentically." Martin also reflected on how his spiritual journey intersected with his understanding of sexuality. He described a period of questioning his religious beliefs, realizing that the rigid teachings he had been raised with didn't necessarily align with his personal sense of morality and compassion. "My beliefs got wobbly for a while," he admitted. "I had to figure out what I personally believed about God, life, and love. That process helped me let go of the fear and judgment that had held me back." Looking back, Martin is clear that his past homophobia was rooted in fear and ignorance, not malice. "It's easy to judge your younger self, but I was scared and confused. I didn't understand myself and I reacted defensively," he said. He also emphasized that acknowledging that fear is part of personal growth. We all have prejudices when we're young, often because of what we've been taught or the environment we grow up in. The important thing is to confront them, learn, and evolve. Today, Chris Martin is outspoken about love, acceptance, and understanding. Through both his music and public advocacy, he champions inclusivity and encourages people to embrace their identities without shame. "Love is love," he said. "People are people. We all have to find our way, and that's okay. The most important thing is compassion for ourselves and for others." Martin's candid reflection offers a powerful reminder of how fear and upbringing can shape attitudes, but also how self-awareness, exposure, and empathy can transform them. His journey from fear to understanding illustrates the challenges many face when discovering their own identity and the potential for growth and acceptance that lies ahead.